Here we are, Matson Motor Works again. We're going to do an epoxy shield on an enclosed trailer. So the first thing you got to do, we blew it out with a blower and then sweep it. You'll still be surprised how much dirt comes up with that broom. And here we are already. We're taping off the entrance to the door, taping off the black painted part at the rear of the trailer. This particular trailer didn't have an aluminum edge. One of the trailers I did also had an aluminum edge covering the plywood, but this didn't. And then we're going to go in, did the back of the flap first because you got to give it time to dry. And then sprinkled the chips and sprinkled them fairly heavy. Really needed to be a little bit higher up than I was here. And then went inside, and I've already removed the tie downs. You see, I just poured it on the floor and then rolled it around. And just make sure you coat everywhere. And don't do more than probably 3 feet wide, I guess it was, maybe at the widest. And you can see I'm going to drag some paint back here in a minute, just where it was very thick. And throw some chips. Again, do this from about waist high. And coat the whole area. That may be a little too heavy, but I wanted extra chips. I wanted almost a tile-like appearance, not just the few chips that come in the kit. And I bought the extra chips from flooringsupply.com. I bought a 25-pound bag of chips. And just do the same on the gate. You're going to roll about a 3-foot area, and you're going to coat the chips. And then they'll tell you it takes about 1 hour to dry. It really took overnight. Even at the 3-hour mark, it was still very loose. And actually, when I got ready to do the clear, it would have been good to have waited, but here I am blowing off the excess chips. We've taped over the hinge down here also on the flap. And then I took a dustpan and scraped, trying to knock down all the edges. I had some disposable cleats that I bought from Amazon for $9.99. I put those on so that I could get up and continue to work in the trailer. Use the dustpan there and get ready to put on the clear epoxy. So here I am with a broom and the dustpan, just cleaning up, knocking down all the rough edges. I used the blower here first to take care of the big things, and then here I am rolling the activator into the clear epoxy. You'll see the bag just pops right away. Just continue to shake the bag up for a couple of minutes, mixing it very well. And it's also Rust-Oleum epoxy clear. And then I cut a corner to open it. And then I had a small 6-quart bucket or pail, I guess you want to call it. And I poured that into right here. And just squeeze every little bit out of the bag that you can. And then I had the additive to put in for the non-skid. And you just cut the bag open for it, drop it in. Looks like fine white sand. Comes with its own stir stick. And just make sure you mix it up thoroughly. And it takes a while to get all the sand, additive, whatever it is, mixed up. It does change it from a very clear epoxy to what looks like, I don't know, kind of a flat. And then I happened to roll the back side of the flap. Remember what I said, I was doing both sides of the flap. So I rolled this first, and then I was going to get into the trailer and be able to roll the other one. And yes, chips will fly. You can see them flipping up there, and they'll get on the roller. And that's normal because even though you've scraped it and you've broomed it, there's still a few that get knocked loose even with the roller. So now we're up in the trailer, and I went ahead and just poured it out. And I actually put my shoes back on instead of the spikes. It had dried fairly well by then. And did the whole trailer floor. Just pour it out and then just push it around with the roller. And then do the gate the same way. And there it is. You can see it really comes out nice, smooth. We've got the tie-down rings back in.